race, whatever. I say mixed ethnicity because I still believe there's only one human race. But all these mixed people who, are so conveniently in love with their birth countries or the homes or the countries of their parents. Why the hell are you here? Go back there. What the hell did you leave for? If those countries are so great and awesome and what, why are you here? Go back to wherever your birth family came from or wherever you were born. We will help you get there. There is no one in America who is prevented from leaving unless you are a felon and you may be in prison. Other than that, you are free to go. You can even go to North Korea if you want. You can go to Iran if you want. Go. You're not being held captive here. You have the freedom to leave. Go. Please make yourself at peace and go and get in touch with your motherland.
These are terrifying.
Absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. No.
Who is that jackwad? Who is that guy?
Actually, I think that's Tony Hinchcliffe, which is super disappointing. I mean, he's a comedian. I don't follow Trump,
this issue
very
with Puerto
closely,
Rico
but...
again. I saw it. This was when he went down after Helene, the horrific hurricane, people there, everybody coming together. We sent helicopters down from Minnesota and personnel. This is how you do this during this. And in the first hours, Trump complaining about the response. Does anybody remember how he responded to Maria in Puerto Rico? It was absolutely horrific. Down there insulting people, throwing it. Look, I know that the folks who are on here today understand this. People in Puerto Rico are citizens. They pay taxes and they serve in the military at almost a higher rate than anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, it's like super upsetting. Obviously, it's super upsetting to me. My family is from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. And the thing.
All right. So to be fair, the Puerto Rican joke that he made bombed at the rally. If you could hear it, the people booed him sort of. But Hinchcliffe is no stranger to outrage and this type of stuff. He was behind the Netflix roast of the football player, Tony. He played for the Patriots.
The quarterback.
Yeah. I forgot. Tom Brady. Yes. So he was behind that, and people were upset with the jokes he made there. And then again, as I mentioned during this broadcast, it wasn't received well. But of course, the left is going to take it and run with it. They totally blame Trump behind it. And for some reason made him, blame Trump for the joke. And before I get you guys involved, here's clip 15, Sonny Hostin responding to it.
This Puerto Rican has something to say about the island that I love. Where my family is from. Puerto Rico is trash. We are Americans, Donald Trump. Americans. We voluntarily serve disproportionately high in the military while you have bone spurs. And we vote. Pennsylvania is home to almost 500,000 Puerto Ricans. North Carolina, 115,000. Georgia, 100,000. Arizona, 64,000. Wisconsin, 61,000. Michigan, 43,000. Nevada, 27,000. We vote Donald Trump. Trash. And by the way, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Bad Bunny, Luis Fonsi, and Mark Anthony have over 345 million followers on Instagram. I think you only have 26 million. Since you care so much about size. And we don't like what was said about Puerto Rico. And we know how to take the trash out, Donald Trump. Trash that has been collecting since 2016. And that's you, Donald Trump. And finally, my fellow Puerto Ricans, Trash Collection Day is November 5th, 2024. Don't forget it.
I pray for her husband nightly. I really do. Listen. I am not the tallest guy in the world. I sat in the first row of a Bernie Mac concert back in 94, Pier 6. All right. Look, I can take comedy. Okay. Either it's funny or it's not. You laugh or you don't. Okay. Just get over yourself. Look, it's not like he went off on the Michael Richards, the cat from Seinfeld. Remember how he imploded? It wasn't to that level. But the left they don't understand humor. They're a humorless murder cult. Okay, that's who they are, right? So it's not surprising that they didn't get this. And as for Sonny, you know what? Those Puerto Ricans are voting for Trump. That's what they're going to do. So, they're adults. This is what the one thing she left out. So you could tell a joke that I don't find funny. And okay, well, maybe someone else did, but doesn't mean that, I'm childlike. And so since I didn't find the joke funny, now I'm not going to vote to bring inflation down and to stop foreign wars. Okay. But that's how silly the women on The View are.
Yeah. Yeah. Shelly, what are your thoughts there?
All right. I have a few thoughts on this. Number one, I didn't think he was particularly funny at all.
Yeah.
Just his whole routine. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think that his jokes, because he made some lewd jokes as well earlier before that Puerto Rican joke. I mean, he literally talked about I think Hispanics or Latinos not pulling out, and that's how they do. They come and make babies. I mean, he literally said, I didn't think what he said was the venue for a political rally. And he didn't read the crowd. And thankfully, like you said, to their credit, the crowd booed or they weren't too happy, at least about those couple of jokes, right? Now, I can see why people would be upset with Trump, because we say it all the time. If you're the leader of a company, then you have to take the hits and the ups and the downs, right? I get it, because the Trump campaign said they didn't even vet this guy. So I do fault them for that. I didn't think it was, I knew that the left would go crazy when I heard it. I knew they would go crazy. Sonny is a fake. Okay, she's fake. She may be half Puerto Rican. One day she's half something else. Whatever. I don't know. Somebody said something about her husband. I don't know what her husband is. I guess he's a man. Whatever, right? But this is manufactured outrage. George Lopez said all Mexicans were thieves at the Kamala Harris rally. They clapped and applauded for that. So which is it? The problem I have is that the left has double standards. They do not apply the same standards that they hold their opposition to themselves. They do not. In that way, they are outraged. Again, I just didn't think he was funny at all. So
yeah, I don't think a lot of people did. I didn't think he was funny either. Again, comedy is different for different people. Some people love Dave Chappelle. I never found Dave Chappelle that funny. I'm a Chris Rock fan.
I used to be. Chris Rock got angry though. I don't know what happened to him. Chappelle and Seinfeld. Those are my two favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was always great. Also like Paul Mooney. But that's just me. So again, it wasn't like, why won't they comment on one of the speakers? They picked out of all the brilliant speeches, all the thoughtful speeches, they go after a comedian who is there
because they're like vultures waiting to pounce on anything that they deem as roadkill and that's left. That's what they do. They are scavengers or whatever you want to call it. That's what they do. They do not think. They act on emotion, and all they know is Orange Man bad. Anything he's associated with him loosely or however close, they will wait to pounce and attack. That's it. That's all they had.
Yeah, they were never going to say anything positive.
No.
Literally, Christ could have spoken at that rally.
Exactly.
And they would have called him a Nazi. They would have called him a Nazi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's one more thing. This is what irks me. All of these mixed race, whatever I say mixed ethnicity because I still believe there's only one human race. But all these mixed people who, are so conveniently in love with their birth countries or the homes or the countries of their parents. Why the hell are you here? Go back there. What the hell did you leave for? If those countries are so great and awesome and what, why are you here? Go back to wherever your birth family came from or wherever you were born. We will help you get there. There is no one in America who is prevented from leaving unless you are a felon and you may be in prison. Other than that, you are free to go. You can even go to North Korea if you want. You can go to Iran if you want. Go. You're not being held captive here. You have the freedom to leave. Go. Please make yourself at peace and go and get in touch with your motherland.
It's funny that you haven't heard much of that since Trump's chances have been getting better and better. People are like, this is just going to happen. I'm not leaving. There's never a line to get out. You never see a line at the Rio Grande going the other way.
Exactly.
Okay. You never see Americans taking old pickups and making them seaworthy to get the hell out of here. Exactly. You never see that.
No. Trying to play that racial grift. That train is never late, as Chris Rock says. But with the racism, racial grift, this is their claim to fame. They are going to use this until they can't use it anymore.